Merry Christmas everyone and welcome to DeeVine DeeZine. Today I have a super fun collaboration video for you guys. A little story time, if you will. If you want to take a walk with me down memory lane, just come on along. I was invited to be a part of this special collaboration by PhoneJones. Many of you know her already. If you don't, definitely hop on over and take a look at her channel. I'm going to have that link for you down below. From what I understand, there are also several other ladies who will be joining in on this collaboration as well, and I'm going to have all of their links posted for you down below as well. You definitely want to make sure that you stop on over and hear everybody's stories as they take you back in time and travel down memory lane. The idea behind this collaboration was for us to share with you guys some of our favorite memories throughout the years during the Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday season, to kind of let you guys know what kind of things we might have experienced, and maybe that'll give you some ideas for some holiday traditions that you can begin incorporating into your family. Before I jump on in and travel back in time, I do want to let you know that I do have a holiday tradition video already up on the channel of some things that my family and I currently do to kind of help start some new things that our children can look back on and remember one day. I'm going to have that video link for you down below as well, but it is time to take a little trip back in time. I've been trying to think over the last couple of weeks of exactly what I wanted to share with you guys in remembering the holidays. What kind of things really stood out to me the most, maybe what I missed the most or enjoyed it the most. And I gotta tell you, there is so many memories that if I tried to talk to you about them all, we would be here for eternity probably. I absolutely love the holidays and always have. My family celebrates Christmas and Thanksgiving like no other. Of course, we celebrate with lots and lots of food, so that is a big part of the holiday memories for me. I can remember sitting back and watching my grandmother in the kitchen cooking tons and tons of food as we would all gather around. She used to have this spot in her kitchen. It was like a little eat at bar, but it also served as part of her counter space as well. And so as she would be rolling out the dumplings and putting together the stuffing and getting the bird ready, we would all just gather around and lean in and talk to her and watch her work, and really learned a lot about how to work in the kitchen just from spending time around her at the holidays. So much fun. All the family always was together. I don't remember any Thanksgiving or Christmas that we weren't all together. My mom's brothers and of course their children would come, and it was as the years would progress, the family would grow and grow, and it just was such an amazing fun time being all together. We knew that as we grew a little bit older and some of us moved a little distance away, we still always knew that during the holidays everyone would be home and we would get to spend time with the entire family. And I think for me, that is probably one of my favorite memories as I remember the holidays, is just all the time we spent with family. You know, as you get older and as the path of your life takes you in different directions, it's real easy to sometimes lose contact with the people that you love the most or that mean the most to you. So the holidays are a really good time for people to come back together, and I absolutely loved it. My cousins and I, of course, would eat and eat until we were stuffed and couldn't eat anymore. And then we would go outside and take big, long walks around my grandmother's neighborhood together, just talking about life and school and our friends and things that we were into. And you know, that's still one of my favorite times whenever I get together with my family, which now that we're all older and have our own children, it's a little bit harder for us to do, and we don't get together quite as much as we used to as a big family group, and so we still don't have that opportunity as much as we used to. But when we do, I love those times with my cousins and just catching up and walking and talking and enjoying life together. Probably one of my favorite things about remembering the holidays. Most years we all piled in at my grandma's on Christmas Eve and we had a big celebration. On the years that we lived a good distance from her, my immediate family would spend the night with my grandmother, and then we would wake up and have Christmas morning at her house, just my mom, dad, my siblings, and my grandmother, and that was always fun as well. Some of my other cousins and my aunts and uncles lived right there in the same city with her, and so they would usually drift on back over late Christmas afternoon, and then we would all kind of be together again, eating all those yummy leftovers. One of my favorite things probably about Thanksgiving is the leftovers. I know you have the jokes and you have jokes on TV and people kind of pick on that turkey and get tired of the turkey, but I gotta tell you, all throughout my years of living, I have loved those holiday leftovers. I really do look forward to having cold turkey the morning after Thanksgiving. Now, anybody relate? I hope I'm not the only one. Absolutely love that. But I love the smells of the holidays. I love the sights of the holidays. Another thing that we would do on Christmas Eve, we would gather at my grandma's late afternoon. We would always go to church together and have communion as one big, huge family grouping. Then we would leave from the church and drive around town looking at all of the Christmas lights, which back in that time, everybody went all out. It's like every house was decorated. And I don't know, maybe when you're a kid, things seem a little more spectacular than what they are as an adult, but it kind of feels like the last few years, people really don't do that anymore. So I can remember that it would be cold, so cold. We would have our hot cocoa and usually a peppermint stick as we drove around, and we'd all pile out of the cars and walk the neighborhoods where they were decorated the most. Just such fun memories, and some of those things to this day I still incorporate with my own children now that our families are growing in our own little nuclear units. Love those times. For me, family has always been the central part of all of the holidays. It doesn't matter what holiday throughout the year it is, it always comes back and centers and focuses on family. And you know, at the end of the day, when everything is all said and done, that's really the most important thing. Now, let me just stop and say here that family can be comprised of many different things. Maybe you are in a situation where you don't have a biological mother or father or either that have ever taken any interest in you, but do you know that you can still have people in your sphere of influence that are, in essence, family, the people that you love and care about and that love and care about you, whether that is by blood or not. I think sometimes during the holidays we get a little sad in the aspect of family because maybe our own personal experiences and our own blood families wasn't optimal, and so we kind of push aside the notion of family. But I just want to encourage you today that family can be anyone who's close to you, that loves you and that you love in return and that you have relationship with. Sometimes those relationships are much more special than even your own flesh and blood. So begin to just have a new perspective. Maybe your family design is a little bit different than another person's family design, but it really is about the people that you love and that love you, and bringing and knitting those hearts together throughout the entire holiday season and throughout the year. One thing that I'll leave you on that I really hate and have always hated is that when we try to push together just on the holiday to force together a relationship that then we don't nurture any other time of the year, it really drains all the joy out of that, in my opinion, and it just kind of makes it feel a little less personal and almost hypocritical in a way. So work on those relationships all year long. Develop your friendships and develop the relationships that are the most important to you and the most special to you. And then when the holidays roll around, it's just like icing on the cake. So that is what I kind of reflected on as we were going back over these remembering the holidays, is just the wonderful memories that I have with family, rocking around that Christmas tree, turning on the music and going crazy for a little while, reading the Christmas story right out of the Bible, enjoying our communion together, looking at all the lights, and eating all the food. So yes, I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, the most wonderful time of the year. There really is something miraculous that happens. Some people call it magic in the air. They call it a magical time. Whatever you want to call it, it really is just a special season and a special time when people refocus on what's really important and they get back to basics. And my personal opinion is that we need to carry that all year long. It can really be Christmas all year long. So I want to thank you, PhoneJones, for inviting me to be part of this special little story time as we remembered the holidays. Definitely be sure to go over and check out her channel and the channels for everyone else involved. I can't wait to hear everybody's stories and to hear what their favorite parts of the holidays were when they were growing up. I want to thank all of you so very much for spending time with me today, and definitely comment down below. Tell me, what are some of your favorite memories from Christmas, Thanksgiving, or the whole holiday season? I would love to hear some of the things that have been special to you. I want to thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas, everyone.